The first alpha version of Editor v4 is here, a completely reimagined approach to Elementor's editor that lays the foundation for a faster, more modern, scalable, and efficient website building experience. Hi, I'm Roy, and in this video, I'm going to demo all the new and exciting features that the first alpha version of Editor v4 has to offer. Let's dive in. To get access to this alpha, you'll need to update to version 3.29 and manually opt in. This gives you the freedom to adopt v4 at your own pace and gradually get familiar with the new features. At this point, we recommend trying Editor v4 features only on staging and test sites, not on production sites. To opt in from the WordPress dashboard, go to Elementor Settings, where you'll see a new tab called Editor v4. Click Activate. You'll be guided through a few confirmation steps, and that's it. You can now start building with Editor v4. After activating, the first change you'll see is in the Widgets panel, where you'll see a new section with 7 elements and more to come. These new elements work the same as a familiar v3 widgets, but are designed with a significantly lighter codebase. And they support new features such as classes, responsive design, and future capabilities that will continue to roll out throughout the year. Another very prominent change is in the panel structure. As you can see, there are now 2 tabs, General and Style. The Style tab includes all the styling options we need in one place. Let's go ahead and also add an image. Notice that all these elements share the same style option, a major shift from the current version where different widgets have different style options, making it harder to maintain consistency across the site. With Editor v4, we've unified the styling experience, giving all elements the same options and a single, consistent interface for design controls. This change makes your workflow faster and more intuitive. Now let's talk about the code structure. Editor v4 introduces lighter DOM and less divs. Each element uses a single div wrapper compared to multiple nested divs in previous versions, ensuring your site runs and loads as fast as possible, improving the visitor experience and your SEO rankings. While the alpha version still runs alongside v3, so you won't feel the full boost just yet, you'll already start to notice improvements. And once Editor v4 can be used on its own, the performance difference will be really impactful. One of the most powerful and important features in Editor v4 are classes, a new styling capability that, when utilized, can truly revolutionize your design process. I'm going to add 4 separate heading elements. Instead of styling each one individually, I'll create a single class called List Title. There we go. Now I apply it to all 4 headings. Done. Okay, let's take it a step further. Let's create a primary and secondary button with shared styles. I'll add a class for the buttons and I'll define padding, size, colors, maybe some font settings. Here we see the local class. In Editor v4, local settings refer to styles applied directly to an individual element. Things like manually changing the background color, text size, or margins within the element itself. These local settings take priority over any styles applied through another class. So if I change the local background color of one button, you'll see that even though this button has a class applied with a background color, the local setting overrides the global class. Okay, so now let's add a new class. As you see, it overrides the previous class because it's newer. But of course, I have control over the hierarchy. That's where the class manager comes in. In the class manager, I can adjust the hierarchy by just dragging and dropping classes. I can also rename a class or delete it. I can also remove the class from the element itself, but this is local, so it still exists as part of my design system and I can bring it back or adjust it anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply our button class to the remaining buttons across our page. Now, let's say my client doesn't really love this color and wants us to try something else. Watch this. I'll change the button color once, and it updates everywhere across the site. Classes are a real game changer for your workflow, but some of you might not need to utilize them in every project. It's up to you. You can also continue styling elements locally, just like you did in V3. Moving on to states, which let you add visitor interactions to elements by controlling their hover, focus, or active states visually with pseudo classes. First, let's take this button and add a link to it. Now, let's add a hover state and change the font color on hover. Great! When working with classes or with states, smart indications appear to help you keep track of active styles and where they are inherited from. While this global class is active, green dots will appear next to the style properties that I'm customizing, and gray dots will represent styles inherited from other classes. Let's see how Editor V4 makes responsive design limitless. In the current version, only some of the style properties could be customized responsively, but Editor V4 enables you to control every single style property per device and screen size with no restrictions. To demonstrate this, first, let's switch to the mobile view. In this simple example, I'll first change the background color of the whole section. Next, I'll select the heading and adjust its text color. I'll also change the image's background color overlay. Okay, now when I switch back to the desktop view, you see a different design and layout. So we can create a completely unique experience for visitors on different devices, no coding required. When I was adding an overlay, you might have noticed something new. Editor V4 introduces style repeaters, enabling you to create layered structures for backgrounds and effects. It supports images, colors, and gradients. Repeaters follow a top-first approach, where new layers are added to the top of the stack. But you can reorder layers by simply dragging and dropping them to change their priority. Hovering over a layer also reveals options to duplicate the layer, hide the layer, or delete the layer. The hide action is especially useful for testing alternative designs without losing your original work. Style repeaters are currently available for backgrounds and box shadows, but they will be added to more styling options soon. Another valuable feature we added to Editor V4 is the link in link restriction. In V3, you could add multiple links to nested elements, which is not considered best practice and generally breaks layout. In Editor V4, we blocked the option to add multiple links and made sure to direct you to the conflict so you can fix it if necessary. Throughout this year, new features will be continuously released, giving you time to explore and get used to Editor V4 at your own pace, while also giving you the opportunity to provide us with your feedback. During this time, you'll be able to build pages that combine V3 and V4 elements. However, if you look at this V3 widget, you'll notice that it doesn't support classes and the Style tab is unchanged. That means that while V3 and V4 elements can coexist on the same page, they function independently. So, that's Editor V4 Alpha, marking the very beginning of a major evolution in the editor's infrastructure, and there will be much more to experience in later versions. To make sure you're always in the loop and among the first to test all the upcoming features, sign up for updates on elementor.com/. editor-v4. But in addition to Editor v4 Alpha, version 329 also introduces cloud templates, transforming how you work across multiple sites, a game changer for your workflow. Cloud templates allow you to build a personal design library that's accessible from any of your connected Pro sites. You can save sections, containers, and other design elements along with their complete content and styles. Create templates once and reuse them anywhere, maintaining perfect consistency and accelerating your workflow. Just go to the section you want to save, right-click, and Save as Template. Previously, you only had the option to save it to Site Templates, which is local to this specific site. But now, you can also save it to the cloud, making it available on all your connected Pro sites. Now, when I go to a different site, I can easily add the template from my cloud. Just quickly customize it to fit this site's brand, and done. No need to work from scratch or maintain unnecessary workarounds. You can also transfer templates from your local site templates to cloud. This empowers you to quickly build up your cloud collection using the design elements you've already perfected, transforming site-specific resources into a design system you can use anywhere. More on that soon. Now it's time for you to start experiencing cloud templates and Editor v4 Alpha yourself. Go update to the latest Elementor version, try out the new features, and drop your thoughts here below. I'm Roy from Elementor, and I can't wait to see the amazing websites you create. Till next time.